I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery, and today I want to talk about the question, how am I supposed to relax now that I'm not drinking anymore, or how am I supposed to relax once I stop drinking? I guess it's something similar to what we were talking about last week, when it was sort of a similar question of how I'm supposed to have fun now that I don't drink anymore, or how am I supposed to have fun once I stop drinking. And it's again, I can only talk from a personal perspective, because relaxation for me, I'm nearly 50, and that's it's a different kettle of fish to relaxation for a guy that's only 20, 25. For my son, relaxation for him is something different, but it comes down to the same basic principles. For me, relaxing was always sitting down, coming home from work, and sitting down in the evening in front of a good movie, or like watching a series or something like that. And it happened that beer was part of the equation. It was also that I'd go out with my family, and we'd go to a restaurant and sit down and have a meal, and that was part of the alcohol was part of that equation as well. And there were times when I'd go to a pub, and I'd sit down and relax and spend 5 or 6 hours just getting more and more relaxed and drinking more and more beer. But that really wasn't fun. I've talked about this, where, when I worked it out, it was only really sort of 1 in 20 times when I actually had fun in the pub. The rest of it was just going through the motions, just going in there because that's what I did at the end of the day. Instead of doing something else, instead of going and playing tennis or playing soccer or whatever. That's basically what I did. But the other times, relaxation at home, relaxation with your family, relaxation doing anything, take the alcohol out of the equation, and it does feel weird for a time. It takes a while to get used to it. It reminds me years ago when we were sort of teenagers. There was a girl that we used to all hang around with, and back in the 80s, and she had this mad makeup thing that was going on, when she was a teenager, and the hair was all stuck up in the air, and it was all fashionable. And I remember she got a job, and she went for the interview and stuff, and they said to her, yeah, you've got the job, but you're not allowed to wear that makeup. And this was it was proper, really bright colours, and I don't know much about makeup at all, but it was really orange and greens and outlandish colours. But she wore it so long and for so many years. Back then she probably only wore it for a couple of years like that, but it just seemed, when you're a teenager, it seems like an eternity. And it was so painful for her to pull back and go out of the house without this makeup on, and to put her hair down and all this kind of stuff. I remember the first time we saw her, and young teenagers, cruel bastards that we were, we just broke our hearts laughing, and it probably set her back 20 years, the poor girl, But to me, when I think about that sort of discomfort without going out for a meal, without a beer, and sitting at home relaxing and fidgeting and stuff, it sort of for some reason that came into my mind, and I thought, it's a really good example of just being used to something, and obviously if you've been drinking for a long time, then it's a deeper impact. But the brain is a great thing. It doesn't take that long to get out the other end and to find other things to do with yourself. I'm not going to go into loads of areas where you can find relaxation, or that's for a different video, but there's different things that you can do just to sit down and take some deep breaths and clench and unclench your muscles for a while. That tends to work with me. There's plenty of different relaxation techniques that you can do, but like everything else in the beginning, it's going to feel more difficult than it actually is, and it's really all in your head. And You know, it will take time, but eventually you'll get there. And once you get there, you know, you'll wonder what all the fuss was about, you know. So that's your lot for today. If you have any questions, as normal, go over to the website and leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.